How has Corona affected your ability to do cosplay or work on projects? Because cons are essentially gone for the foreseeable future.
It's actually not too bad, and I'm an introverted homebody. The only problem is the con.
People who cosplay connect cons to cosplay. I do it for myself.
It is hard when you don't get to speak to somebody.
That human touch experience is missing.
You need to be there, to bump fists with all the cosplayers there, that kind of feeling.
Please introduce yourself, your name and your Instagram handle.
All right, so my name is Brooke, and I go by Seneca or nocturnal.virus at nocturnal.virus.
Well, my name is Asad Mudir. My Instagram handle is actually at Asad Morningstar.
Okay, so my name is Roshan Joseph.
I'm Valerie Cosplays. I'm a cosplayer from Millens.
I am Kara Nicole, and my handle is AZ Power Girl.
When was the first time you started off cosplaying?
I did not even know that something known as cosplaying existed until I went in 2014 for my first Comic-Con. When I entered the hall and I saw these people dressed up, I'm like, whoa, does this actually exist?
I had just finished playing Final Fantasy X, and I really, really, really wanted to be Yuna for Halloween. And that is when I started finding out that there was these sites that had all these costumes from games and anime and stuff.
Once I started realizing how this works, I attended a few Comic-Cons in India, in Bombay, and then I moved to Dubai, and that is where I cosplayed for the first time with my son.
It's for my inner satisfaction. It's like that inner geek, inner child in you, that the experience you never had when you were a kid.
Oh my gosh, what is this that I stumbled upon? And it was cosplay. I'd never heard of it. And that was where, boom, everything came to light.
My son, for example, had a lot of stage fright. On his first cosplay event, his stage fright was gone. That's why I do cosplay.
This is a very good segue into our main topic, which is the most deadly and irritating virus that has kept us at home, the coronavirus. How has Corona affected your ability to do cosplay or work on projects, or have the motivation to work on projects? Because cons are essentially gone for the foreseeable future.
I'm still very, very busy. Is it hot in here, or is it just me? Hello, Kara Nicole here, cosplaying my character, the super sassy, super sexy fire bitch. As far as cosplay goes, it's just evolved for me. But because this is my full-time job, I've just basically switched over from conventions to more online.
I tried my hand at working on a costume, on a suit, on a Deathstroke suit 4 years ago, and I've been trying to refine it, but never found time. But this lockdown had given me a lot of time to work on the suit.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was sort of happy it shut down. Not that Corona is nice, but the fact that you have more time and you can stay at home and work from home was nice. I have more options to work on cosplays and do more makeup tests.
I'm busy with work and everything, so not being the proper time to actually, test run all of these things. I did Red Hood. Red Hood is the new trend for me right now, so we're just rolling with that.
It's actually not too bad, and I'm an introverted homebody. I could stay at home forever and not have any problems, so it's actually not bad for me at all. The only problem is the con.
What has changed for you drastically? What do you miss about the cons?
I miss being able to have that personal interaction and that talking to people and the hugs. That's kind of developed into, stay away from me. Did you wash your hands? Do you have cooties?
I miss hanging out with my friends. It's some friends you don't see, and you just see them at cons and you just reconnect. Couldn't do that right now.
Well, I just miss being in the environment with other cosplayers and meeting other people that are into the same things that I'm into, because it just feels so rare to find those people, which I'm very happy and thankful to be alive in this day and age where I can communicate with people online.
The most I miss is the cosplay community. There are a lot of friends that I've made in the past 4 years. Those 3 days of a con, for example, in Middle East Film and Comic Con here, those 3 days are full of, you lose yourself in an adventure. It's like reading a Harry Potter book for the first time.
Luckily, the Middle East Film and Comic Con, we actually got our Comic Con. It was in the first week of March. There are always going to be these highs and lows in every convention, that you were happy with this, but you weren't happy with that. In the end of the day, we were just very grateful to the Almighty and to the organizers that thank you for actually making this event possible, because now there's nothing to look forward to.
Cosplay is such an outward art form that you design the costume or you take inspiration from the comics or just essentially pick up something exactly from the comics and then you build up on it. How has that been different for you when cons were open and now as a way of expression? Has it really changed or have you been a bit lazy about it?
That's the problem. A lot of people who cosplay connect cons to cosplay. And for me, I do it for myself. I like cosplaying for cons, but I like cosplaying more because I want to be a character for a day. I want to disappear in their story.
I feel that because I have a Patreon that I'm more motivated to keep cosplaying and stuff.
I would say that the only costume I think that I've really used again was the one for Fire Bitch, because that's my character for my comic book that I'm still working on. I've got more issues coming out.
I'm sure you've been part of a few online conventions. Is the experience somewhat like a Comic-Con, or is it very much like, okay, sure, I'm on video, but that's it?
I do like online cons because people still try to get together. You still need new people, and I really, really enjoy meeting new people. But the whole online thing, I prefer in real life when I can actually touch people.
That human touch experience is missing, and that's really taken a huge toll. Not only just the fans, but also the cosplayers, all those guys and girls who are into the craftsmanship, into designing their cosplays from scratch and all. What is there now to do if there's no convention, no one to show it off to in public, not virtually?
When I do get to do those panels and I do get to do those things, it does help to bring me out again and make me a little more excited about things. But it is hard when you don't get to speak to somebody. That human interaction. Like I said, for me, the human interaction is what makes it.
I mean, you could just share your room, 10 by 10. You could probably video yourself inside a closed area with no one next to you, just seeing them on the phone or on your laptop. You need to be there, to walk around in the suit in that open space, to bump fists with all the cosplayers there. That's an experience.
How has photo shoots been different before Corona and during Corona?
But for the most part, it's been pretty good. But we did want to do a arcade skin, so I was gonna do Arcade Misfortune, and we wanted to do it in an actual arcade, but we couldn't do it without having the masks.
That was awful. My first photo shoot was Todoroki. It's one of the less pictures I post. And I looked at the shots. Yeah, it was weird. Fun though. I missed it. Photo shoots one of my favorite things to do.
For me, they haven't, because for legal reasons, I do pretty much everything in house. We have our own spotlights, our own strobe. I will say, shooting outside in busy areas isn't as easy as it was before. You just got to watch kind of what you're doing.
How has social media sustained you so far during the pandemic as a cosplayer?
TikTok was not newer, but last year, before the pandemic and everything, it had changed. I don't know exactly what happened, but it was just more open to cosplay and cosplayers. I was just constantly inspired to duet people. So I'd be like, oh my god, this is so cool. I have an idea. I have stuff for this. I can duet this and then go make something I probably would never have thought of until I, had seen this video.
TikTok can get you so far. I mean, if I do lives on like Instagram, I mostly just talk about me doing cosplay. If I go on TikTok, there are like a lot of people who just want to talk to film Deku.
Hello everybody, my name's Evan D. Craven. I am today's newest patient. I'm glad I'm participating. I guess I'll
stop. What the hell are you talking about? Get my pretty name out of your mouth.
I'm not gonna lie, TikTok is not my main platform, but it helps a lot. Not right now. Now TikTok doesn't like me that much. That's fine.
TikTok was essentially saying age restricted or too much gore or etc. But you have the option, like essentially you just pick, hey, this is makeup. So doesn't that sort of solve the problem, or they're still being a bit iffy?
Whenever I do something, I'm very aware of their guidelines and stuff and try to, not make it too obvious that it's, it's more like implied violence or something.
They say I violate community guidelines a lot. They think I'm a bit too aggressive. I don't agree. There are like minors on there in bikinis dancing, which I think is something they should worry more about than me in a cosplay with makeup on.
For the most part, I do okay with not getting banned or anything.
So now I'm going to ask you about your costume. Which is the costume that you most resonated with?
I would say Power Girl. The older character work I really loved on her. A lot of times you got like Superman and Wonder Woman. They're just perfect and beautiful all the time. Clark's like, hey, get a job. And she's like, screw you, Clark. She's just powerful and strong and beautiful and flawed.
I feel the characters that are more bubbly and excited are easier for me because they're more expressive.
Obviously, it's going to be Loki. I love Loki. I love Tom Hiddleston. The Marvel Cinematic Universe it just goes all the way for me when it comes to Loki.
Elizabeth from Seven Deadly Sins, I just really like her. She's so cute. And the fact that she's extremely strong. Like, if you've read the manga, you know what I'm talking about. Like, she's not just any girl you want to play with. She will ruin you, and I adore that about her.
When I was a kid, I read this book where Deathstroke beats Batman and Superman and the entire Justice League. When I wear the suit, I feel powerful. He's talking a lot of focus. He ensures that a task is completed to the day.
So the next cosplay that you build or that you would wear to a con, it's very likely that when the con's open, we're still going to have to wear masks. Are you likely to pick a character that already has an inbuilt mask so you don't have to worry about it?
Preferably, yes. It becomes convenience for you.
I don't know yet. I think a lot of it is I will just add a mask to whatever my popular costumes are.
I do have, the True Damage Yasuo, who has a mask that I could do. He's also League of Legends.
Here's my Red Hood mask, right? If I just wear it, I'm good to go.
What do you want to tell the cosplay community, people around the world? They're listening to you right now. What do you want to tell them?
I just want to say that it's going to be okay. We'll get through this. And just keep doing what you do. Keep making stuff. I get messages all the time that, my cosplays make people's day. And I'm sure that other cosplayers are doing the same for other people too.
If you want it to be a part of your life, let it be a part of your life. I've actually seen families like a father, a mother, and their kids all together, they're cosplaying. If that's possible, so I can do it too. It's a part of me now.
Stay safe. Let's not be over enthusiastic if a con comes soon, and get the virus instead of a proper photo shoot.
Do you? Do what you gotta do and take care of yourself. Stay safe. Don't get desperate. That's something that I always tell, especially up and coming cosplayers. Don't put yourself in that position. If if you're not comfortable with something, listen to yourself because you know what's best for you.
Cosplay is a hobby for itself. It's not supposed to give you the pressure to do it for other people. And if you really want to get back into it, get your favorite character. Get the character that started all of this. Get the character you have the biggest passion for. Dress up like them. And remember that feeling, because that's what's going to get you through all this bullshit that's going on right now. As long as you're not sick, you have a lot. Like, as long as you're healthy, you have a roof above your head and your food, I think you're very lucky.